Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 53rd and final episode of the Chicken Chess Club podcast. My name is Jan Gustafsson, back in Hamburg City, and I am delighted to be joined, as always, by my dear friends, Grandmasters Laurent Fressinet and Peter Heine Nielsen. Laurent, where in the world are you?
I am still in Paris, so I'm a bit worried. This is the fifth try. We are trying to record, to register, or to record this podcast. I don't know, and it seems to be the good one. So I'm looking forward to discuss with you. You are our special reporter on in Bucharest, everywhere in the world actually.
Yeah,
But we are sending our reporter. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hear from you. What
I
happens?
can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
in the
got back
doors.
last night from Bucharest. Now, only one more day in Hamburg, then back on the road to Poland, to the Warsaw Grand Chess Tour, the Rapid and Blitz portion. All, of course, to be able to report back on the Chicken Chess Club podcast, where we're also joined by Peter Heine Nielsen, looking fresh, has a new green screen behind him, ready to cash in some more by recording expert chess videos. Peter, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for the advertisement. But you're actually right. I'm recording something, so that's why I have a green screen. But generally, life is good. Well, my wife is traveling. She's in Rome at the moment, so I've gotten into a good routine with my kid here. That we start the morning having breakfast and we watch the NBA highlights. Right. Then he goes to school. I go to the golf course, and he come back. We eat some junky food and we play Wii. So basically things are good here, I would say. Yeah.
Should be mentioned that while you're watching NBA, playing golf, or playing Wii, you're thinking a lot about chess
I am.
openings
I am.
for
I am.
former world champion Magnus Carlsen.
Oh,
That
Are
yeah.
you
sounds
going
pretty
to
good.
are you going to Poland, Peter?
No, no, no. Actually, I'm not.
Magnus wants
No.
to win.
Ah, that's a
Yeah.
pity.
Yeah, but I mean, well, you see, I have a very tolerant boss. The problem is that I turned 50 during the event, and he actually thought that I should be allowed to
Ah.
celebrate that with my family and not with him. So that's kind of him.
But we are your family, no? So we should be.
Do we record on your birthday?
That would be a bit problematic because I'm traveling most of the time. But we could do it maybe, but then it has to be late in the evening. But I don't know.
You're
Oh, yeah.
traveling most of the time on your birthday?
Yeah, I found a hack. I've actually managed to make my birthday last 25 hours.
Ah, yeah. You mentioned you're traveling back in time. That's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
impressive
no,
stuff.
yeah, that would be cool. No, I'm just going from Lithuania to Denmark to sort of hang out with both my mother, sister, and my kids and wife here in Lithuania. So, no, I
But,
thought it was cool. I have a
but you look at
25-hour birthday.
Peter. He's 50. He will be 50, and he doesn't have any gray hair. I'm so jealous, actually. And you have a
Me
lot of
too.
them, Jan.
But my
Actually,
beard is very gray.
yeah. But you should shave it, and then you look like a young man.
Yeah, but I thought I'm recording this sort of thing right now, and I'm supposed to look the same. So if I suddenly shave in the middle of the recordings, it becomes a problem, right? I don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I don't know either.
tough spot.
Hmm.
Sounds rough. Sounds
Yeah.
rough.
Mhm.
Chessable has very strict beard policies, I hear.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Like the Yankees.
So let's get to the chess action of the week. Our dear friend and sometimes guest, Peter Svidler, won the Tepe Sigeman tournament. Congratulations to Peter. Great comeback. Now he's 8-time Russian champion, 1-time Tepe Sigeman champion, one ahead of Gukesh, Mishra, Niels Grandelius, Jorn van Forest, Eric Aisi, Gelfand, and Keimer.
I'm sure he will be the first one to say that he was surprised. I am actually surprised as well. I mean, it's not a shock, but yeah, with all these youngsters, it's nice to see Peter doing so well, winning a couple of games at the start, and then yeah, then playing well, solid chess, good chess. He's a great player.
I will get in line and say I was surprised, and so would he be. I mean, he's actually winning an event, ahead of some of those who are, I mean, the young kids who are doing quite well in super tournaments. I mean, it's an incredible performance in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Because he's not playing much.
no,
I don't think he's preparing much. So yeah, from his opening repertoire, I mean, he's trying to improvise every day basically, and well, that's just very impressive.
Yeah, congratulations. I think he's actually good at chess. And being rusty doesn't matter so much to him because he's always been badly prepared. So he's used to that situation. And once his raw skills are taking over, he can still very much play with these guys. So congratulations to Peter. Very, very impressive stuff. Ahead of
Yeah.
Gukesh.
yeah, that's what I mean. Ahead of Gukas is quite something, right? Him we rate incredibly high, and he's doing well in super tournaments. I mean, if we, for instance, let's say dumped Swidler in Weigensee, we wouldn't expect him to do that well, but maybe we're just wrong.
Yeah, he'd dig in. Yeah, I don't think he'd get. I don't know. He's been around. He's played all the top players so often. Not that old.
You would do
but of
you
course,
would do
yeah,
better than Ivanchuk.
for sure.
Of course.
What's this? Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
Ivanchuk
No,
is over 50. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and it's nice to see that actually Gelfand beat Mishra in the last round, and Mishra was actually tied with Peter before the last round. So basically, Gelfand gave him the tournament victory without tiebreaks or anything. Some nice queen and pawn ending where Gelfand showed his great technique. So he came back a bit, let's say, by winning a game because he had a half start.
The old guard collaborating there, Boris Gelfand, with the assist.
Yeah.
All right.
Was a good
Congrats to
job.
Peter. Let's get to Bucharest. I got back from Bucharest yesterday after very long trip. Delayed flight. I had to go via Frankfurt, then had to make it to Hamburg. I was basically traveling all day, and the only consolation I had was that world champion Ding Liren was on the same delayed flight from Bucharest to Frankfurt. He had to sit there in the crowd with his mom, looked very bored, very unhappy, but of course, stoically withstood all the delays. Then at one point during the flight, I went to the bathroom. I saw poor Ding tucked in there in the very last row. Like he's not rolling high, Ding. Business class, Chinese Chess Federation. What's going on there? He's the world champion.
Yeah, that's not a surprise, but yeah, that's a bit weird. Yeah, to be honest.
At one slightly awkward moment, I'm not sure how awkward it was, because I'm still not sure if Ding knows me. But, I mean, he's seen me around now at the Grand Chess Tour, so he knows my face. Anyway, we're traveling. Then this thing I hate happens. We land in Frankfurt on a delayed flight. Everybody's annoyed. You get out of the plane and you think, okay, at least you're free now. But you have to enter one of these annoying buses that will drive you from the plane to the thing. So you're stuck there in between 100 people. It's sweaty. You have to wait until the bus leaves and it gets even more crowded. Anyway, I'm standing next to Ding, who, of course, is enduring all these things. And funny as I am, I said, the glorious lifestyle of a chess world champion. And he smiled very politely, but he said, "Excuse me." And I said, "Yeah, this is the glamorous part of life, of chess life that people don't see." And he nodded, but I have no idea if he knew what I was talking about or if he thought it was funny. Anyway,
you didn't offer your services, no?
I've offered my services so many times, directly, indirectly, by giving Giri a winning position literally after 9 moves to show Ding that maybe some opening work could be helpful. But no. Still not
you can do both. Ding. You can do both in the next match. Appeals committee, Marshall, Italian. You can do so many things. That
anytime, Ding. Still a big fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's get.
My guess is he didn't find it particularly funny, if you want my honest opinion.
I think he didn't understand what I was saying. He was also unprepared for my witty remarks. He's just suffering there in the crowd.
No.
But yeah, I'm also not sure if he's the type of guy. You can ironic, but he was very friendly, of course. He smiled. And
yeah. I think it's not completely clear if he knows you or not.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he knows your name for sure, but your face he knows, but does he connect the face and the name?
I do not know.
I don't think it's 100% actually.
No, not at all. I mean,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Either
well,
way, he knows I'm in some way in the chess world.
probably.
So he's seen me plenty at this Grand Chess.
Yeah. No, you should. I mean, I can say this. Yeah, a lot of places, right?
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
no, but well, no, I get Laurent's point that the Deng is not really living the life of a world champion as we expected in a way, right? But yeah.
I mean, when you are used to Kasparov or Magnus, I mean, you feel that okay, especially actually Kasparov. I mean, Kasparov would enter the building, like everyone stops to move, like I mean, okay, there is something happening when Kasparov enters the building. Actually,
No,
um,
it's
from
also
what I
refreshing, of course, to see Ding so down to earth and having none of this star star stuff built into him at all. But I felt bad for him because we're waiting for this plane, and I thought, okay, at least I'll go buy myself a coffee, so I have a nice table where I can sit. But he was sitting there for 2-3 hours, just stuck in between everybody, and I thought, come on, Ding, you can't afford a coffee. Let's go over here. But no, I think he's
Why didn't you chat him up? I mean, he likes basketball, so do you. I mean, you could just.
I feel it's not my position. I mean, as we've just established, we're not sure he knows who I am. He's there with his mom. Do I go over and annoy him? So, Ding, what do you think about the Phoenix Suns? I don't think I'm in that position.
Really? No.
social skills,
Then you would have a story to tell, right? Well, you have as well. But
Maybe I should. Yeah.
yeah. I
He
think.
did seem to have a good time at the closing dinner. There was a very nice dinner after the last round. And Ding showed up. He was sitting at a table with Richard Rapport, his second in
Astana.
the World Championship match in Astana. And yeah, I saw a lot of laughs there. They seemed to have a great time. Wesley was around. Wesley was at
Okay.
that table. I was on the table next to them with Anish and Karana second, Oparin, and the Alireza Firuza family, because Alireza himself did not show. I was told that he said, I checked, it's not in the contract that I should attend the closing dinner, so he didn't show up. He sat in the hotel, I guess, but his family was there to represent mom and dad and the brother. Laurent, what do you think? Is it the right approach that he's showing the organizers? Organizer pay, Alireza eat. Organizer doesn't put it in the contract. We don't show up, or I don't show up. Family will be there.
I think it's actually happened with previous world champions that if it's not in the contract, they simply don't do it. Yeah, of course, it's not. I never did that myself, but I'm not big enough. If I would play better chess, maybe I would do that. And
Would you? The sponsor invites.
I
Last
don't
round
know.
of the tournament?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I would behave if I would be that good at chess.
But let's
But
say you're not in the mood, which is understandable. So
yeah,
you don't want to go there. Maybe you want to have a nice dinner. Let's say Magnus, we could picture not wanting to join the thing, but normally then he would take, I don't know, whoever's there, Henrik and Peter, and go for dinner somewhere else, no? But I thought the interesting move was you send your whole family there and you yourself stay back.
yeah. What can I say?
Whatever you want. He's French.
No.
No, it's not. It's not ideal, of course. Ideally, you just show up to the closing ceremony and the closing dinner. I think it's better if there is a family than nobody. Is it or not?
I don't know. I was happy with the brother being present. Also, before the free day, there was another dinner. There, I understand if people skip it. Alireza didn't show, but also the family was there. The brother was there. He was always, representing. I think also managing the social media channel at the same time. Then when Alireza had to go from the playing hall, let's say to the studio, the brother was always there, making sure everything went all right. So no, he has a lot of support.
No, but I
from
have
the
a very
family unit.
important question actually to understand the situation. Did they have snails at the closing dinner?
I saw no snails. No, sorry. Maybe you could have ordered them.
Yeah,
Food was excellent though.
then
It was
then
really
maybe
nice.
it was a problem. Maybe that's why Elias didn't want to show up. He's a
I
big
think
fan.
he requested snails, but
Yeah,
maybe you could have gotten
maybe.
snails. Food was really good.
Okay. So yeah, I can't help you. I don't know the details, but
I'm a fan. I mean, he just well, he would rather play bullet chess on the room. Why should he go for closing dinner, right? I mean,
He also, at least I didn't see it, but I think he never showed. There was during the tournament there was this sort of private room for the players where you would get food. There was some buffet, and you could get lunch and dinner there. I didn't see Alireza a single time, but I saw once again the family was there every day. So and there we go. But Alireza, I don't know. I guess he just eats room service. No, like I'm very curious about the operation.
maybe they only have 5 tickets and the family just took them. I mean,
No, not how it worked.
okay.
no, but yes, I mean, like I don't know what is his routine, but I guess he gets some food. So
Yeah,
if you
that
don't
was
see
my
him,
main concern because I saw everybody else was eating. I don't know. I guess just room service, no? I mean,
yeah, room
it's normal
service.
before games. Of course, many great players do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he can. He's allowed, yeah, to get room service.
Of course.
Okay, then all good.
I have a question to Jan also about Bucharest. I mean, well,
Mhm.
we say that Ding and Rapport obviously is a great couple, but any clue how they met? I mean, well, for instance, you can't even get in a word with Ding. I mean, is there any kind of story?
I could. I do not know. I was told they started, or Ding mentioned they started working after Vike, where they were both present. We were in the same hotel, maybe. There, they hit it off.
Okay.
We didn't
It's
see
not
it
like
because
I
we
mean,
saw
like
Ding
Peter.
having a lot of lonely dinners there,
I mean,
speaking.
it's not like when I started. You start to work for people like, let's say, when I started to work for Magnus. I mean, I didn't know Magnus or anyone in his close entourage. I mean, I knew Magnus because I played few games with him, but I was just invited and to a training camp, and that's it. Yeah.
That's
And
actually
then
amazing. Like I at least had the Peter connection, but you didn't have the connection or
I had zero
any
connection.
discernible skills, but you still boom.
No, it was my fault. I mean,
Ah, it's Peter again.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
there
I
was.
mean, I wasn't involved in the 2013 match, but the last thing I did before I sort of signed off was I made a list of possible seconds, and well, I had to come up with some names, and I mentioned that Laurent is worked for Kramnik, and well, you make a list, you expect them to pick some, not others, and you have to fill it out, right?
And he came up with my name because he didn't know me. I mean, we didn't know each other personally. We never, basically, never talked.
No, no.
I mean, maybe once or twice. Yeah.
I was not very motivated when I made the list. I just thought, okay, who actually has some kind of experience? Okay, I'll flick in Laurent, and that was it.
Also, should be mentioned 2013. Laurent, of course, was
Yeah,
red hot. You guys might
that is true.
understand this is the year after 2012
Yeah.
when Laurent won the mind games. So yeah.
But also, if you're saying that Ding and Rapport started getting in touch during WAG, I mean, during WAG, we were talking about, I mean, Ding will not show his preparation. We were saying Ding didn't have preparation at that point. They were just starting off later. I mean,
Well, you could argue he didn't have much during the match, or
no,
okay, I
no.
don't want to brag too much about Giri's game against Ding in Bucharest, but let's say his Italian preparation for the match maybe also wasn't watertight. Yeah, I mean, like,
No. No.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
I don't know, I don't know what that operation is, but he is the world champion and
Yeah.
he's traveling very low key.
Can't remember how probably they made a draw in Wike, but it was a more or less normal game, or it was a
Who
fighting
Don't
game.
recall that
I
game.
can't.
They made a draw here in Bucharest.
Yeah, but they didn't play clearly. I mean, it was kind of
Yeah,
prearranged. I mean, let's face it.
I would guess so.
but also that should generally be a story if if everybody thinks that a game is just prearranged. But or maybe that's just well, no one cares in chess. But,
Yeah, actually, it's not what I complained actually. That Magnus never did that to me. But
no, I
it
also
was a
wondered
pity.
a bit that I think it's bad that they prearrange a game, and B, why didn't Magnus do it with us? I mean, well, I cannot have both opinions, but I kind of do.
Or even with me, you would like to
Yeah,
prearrange
yeah. He
some.
basically tried to just humiliate as much as possible, which I liked, I have to admit. But he played this night f6 g8 against you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did all kind of stuff. And the next game, I played d4. He played knight c6, and I pretend I don't see the tricks. That's why after d5 wants knight b8. So I play knight f3, and then he played knight f6, and then I couldn't pretend anymore that I didn't see what he wanted. So I went d5 and knight b8. Yeah.
And what was the result? Yeah.
I can't remember.
No.
That was a tough game for me. I'm afraid.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, yeah. But what I like, I mean, your first topic is Alireza. My second topic is Alireza as well, and
Of course.
to some greater extent, Nepo, because you claimed. I love it. I mean, you claimed last week the rating. The rating is one. Nepo is one number two, of course, because this is a rating, and
Yeah,
one week later, he's one number four, right?
that debate aged poorly. I think literally the day after we recorded,
Yeah.
he lost. Alireza won, and yeah, the whole situation changed. Before we get into that, we should maybe mention for 1 second that Fabiano Caruana won the tournament outright with 5.5 out of 9. Congratulations to Fabi, half a point ahead of the pack, ahead of Alireza, Wesley, Rapport, and Geary, all on 5 out of 9. Then, yeah,
I like.
Ding and Nepomniachtchi, both with minus scores.
Yeah.
Tough tournament for both.
Yeah, congrats to Fabi. Is again very, very impressive in the opening phase. Always finding some interesting lines, interesting ideas. Very, surprising most of his opponents, and then playing like good old Fabi when he was world number 2 with a clear margin. This is a big difference between Fabi and Nepo. That Fabi used to have a clear margin over the world number 3, so that's why it was a clear number 2, which Nepo never was actually. But yeah, Fabi, if he keeps playing like that, then it's clear that when he's playing like that, he's world number 2. This is pretty obvious to me.
Is
Yeah,
it
if he
obvious
wins
to
the
you?
tournaments.
But also, I mean, well, he beat the Deac and Nepomniachtchi, right, and drew the rest.
No. He beat MVL
I
in
beat
this game
MVL
fight.
and drew Deac. Okay.
But
Well, I mean, to say, well, I thought, it's nice he wins, and I've always praised him here on the podcast. But to say that the old Fabi is back is a bit strong, in my opinion. I mean, well, he wins alone with +2, which is kind of decent, but it's not like a massive score. And I mean, did you really think he excelled that much?
he's back in the rating. As a German friend told me, he's back. This is what matters.
Well, he's not
So
back to number 2. No, I thought he had a very good tournament because he also wasn't in trouble and he missed some chances even
Hmm.
against Ali Reza. He had a
yeah,
winning end game. Then he, blundered on move 41, blundered it into a draw. But he looked very much in control. I don't think you can dominate as much as he used to with opening prep, but that's sort of, built into the nature of the game. But he still looks like he's full of ideas again. There he was working with Oparin, doesn't get into much trouble with Black, has a good feel for whom to choose against. Overall, he seems back. You could argue, if it's not 2018 Fabi anymore, but this was a good event, and his crisis from, I guess, last year with the candidates, then the Olympiad,
yeah.
where he lost a lot of writing, seems a bit gone. We'll find out.
Actually, I just found out the game between Ding and Rapport in Vike, and actually Richie beat Ding in a
That's
Sicilian.
how they hit it
It
off.
it was a Sicilian. That's just with Queen takes d4, some offbeat line. So yeah, maybe they were not. I don't know if they were already working together or not, but that's interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah, Fabi did well. As I said, pre-show Alieza took second in the ranking. I mean, like shared second, but he's world number 2 again. So the second best after Magnus, but quite a margin for Magnus by now. And I guess he was the one who was fighting the most at the chessboard. Uh, every day something was happening. He lost his first game against Wesley. then won 3 games. I mean, with few draws, and lost that game to Duda, which was of course a pity. He didn't know our line from Bonn. Peter, it was an action Slav, the first game. I mean, of course, Jan knows a lot,
How
and
dare
still,
you call it our line?
yeah. Sorry,
I
Jan
was so
is
tilted because, of course, Giri played Exchange Slav, a fantastic opening against Ali Reza as well in the tournament. Got
that's
nothing.
true.
And then it turns out you could just play the old stuff I've been doing
Yeah.
for the last 30
Yeah.
years and get a winning position. None of
No,
this
no.
complicated nonsense.
Yeah, that's actually amazing that he didn't prepare. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's not
that was
about
shocking.
prepare. It's not about. I mean, how do you not know this? It's actually a world championship game, right? I mean,
Well, he's young. 2008, how old was Ali Reza?
He was 5.
Yeah, can miss.
but you haven't browsed. No, maybe not. No.
I mean, it's just
No,
like any classical game. He might have
Yeah,
looked it up, but it's not like he
It
watched
hasn't
the.
made an impression. Maybe not. No.
and he doesn't know if Duda has an idea or no, if he didn't check it.
Maybe also
Uh,
try to surprise Duda. Maybe he knows that you can more or less equalize with whatever rook c8, knight
Guess
g4,
what?
and try to keep some more play. Hard to
Guess
say,
what?
but of course it was tilting.
Let me keep this backward pawn and outplay him with that. But okay, it's not. No,
yeah, at some point it was not that clear actually. It almost worked. I mean, to be
yeah,
to
yeah.
be completely fair.
No, fair enough.
No, of
No,
course he's Ali Reza is a great addition to any super tournament with the fighting style. You never know what's gonna happen. I think he had a bunch of things end well for him. Mainly this game against Fabi, of course, but he also beat the world champion and the World Championship finalist, Ding and Nepomniachtchi, beat them both. Beat Dirk, 3 victories, second place. Great. As Ali Reza said it, good start of the year for me. And I was thinking, Ali Reza,
We had
it's
May.
end of May.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's funny. No, he also said that I liked it. You know, he was arrogant as a Frenchman when he said like, but he said, I mean, it was kind of very, very natural that he said Ding is easier world champion than Magnus. So I thought,
Yeah, that was a
true.
bit rough. Poor Ding is tired. Ding was completely winning in that game. Then he
Yeah,
messes
but
it
it's
up.
what
He had
he,
to rub it in.
it's what
Of
everybody
course.
thinks actually. That it's easier. Of course, it's easier to beat Dings than. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's less tough to beat Dings than other than Magnus. This is obvious for everyone, and this is a French touch. You know, you just go there, win the game, and say, okay, easy world champion.
Ah, so that's French behavior.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's
I
what we
see.
do.
I see.
Yeah,
So you think it's very important to come at the closing dinner, but insulting people—that's completely fine. Yeah.
it's not insulting.
Okay, it's your opinion.
Well, it wasn't like he dominated that game exactly. So
No,
that statement was a
No, he's
was
just saying that Magnus is a
interesting
better player
chosen.
than Ding.
No, no.
Yeah,
Also, I think he
yeah.
just tried to be funny. Also, you need the punchlines for social media. Like I'm sure the brother was very happy to get some good quotes. He was also tweeting in French. I saw. Quelle
Yeah.
défense!
Wow.
Yeah, his brother was the first one to speak French. Now they are all
Yeah,
catching
yeah.
up, but his
Nice.
French is actually very, very good.
Ah, excellent.
So yeah. So next on the line, it's
Wesley,
pity, yeah.
Wesley, big fan. Won the first game, then shut it down.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Always the
Wesley's so
same
strong.
story.
It's always the same story. He seems
Yeah.
like he's stopping himself a little bit. The game that stood out, of course, was he had a game against Ding where he had a rook, a knight, and a bishop versus a queen, which most people consider a lot of stuff. And he went for a move repetition in a position where the computer said it's +2 for black, or that he was much, much better. He would then say, yeah, computer evaluations are so inhuman, doesn't make sense to listen to them. I'm not sure. I would think if you show that position to Wesley, he would say, yeah, black is much better. I mean, if it wasn't his game. But as a chicken, of course, I know exactly how it feels when you're playing a strong player. You think you might have messed up a little bit. There's a threefold repetition on the table. So I would guess that's what happened. But yeah,
Let's-
Wesley,
Let's be honest. You're just very happy you got company. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that voluntarily, not voluntarily, half voluntarily, many times. It's magic. That threefold repetition, very hard to escape. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Always feels like he's so good, Wesley, so well prepared, never in danger. Also, the game against Ding was amazing. Like he calculated so much complicated stuff, outplayed him with black. Sometimes it feels like that could be more, but it is what
You're
it is.
basically saying that he should start playing league games. I mean, he wins the first game and then he
Yeah.
just quits, right? But well, let him play Bundesliga. I mean, there he would, he basically seems to be affected of tournament situation or something like that, right? Uh,
Bundesliga would be the same thing, no? First of all, he would apply the Laurent policy. 1.5 is always good. Sunday, we can wrap it up. Also, the plus score. No, I think it's more classical tournaments rating. I think he does well in most of these rapid things and also matches where draws don't really help you that much. You got to win the match. There, he's, yeah, I guess it's Magnus, Hikaru, and then Wesley is the pecking order. But yeah, in these super tournaments, you can normally bet on him getting +1 or +2,
Yeah.
yeah,
and never more than that, which is of course excellent, but
Yeah.
feels like
When
it
he
could be
but
gets
more.
this, actually, when he gets his plus score, I think he's so happy that he really doesn't want to lose it.
but you
And
actually think he's that good? I mean, that he could be
yeah,
much better result
yeah,
wise.
of course.
I think he's great. He's so
Yeah, I
tight,
think
so
he's
well prepared, calculates so
yeah,
well, and yeah, it's just about
yeah.
taking
Decision
chances.
making, yeah, no, decision making when it gets sharp, and if I blunder, I will be on 50%, and yeah, +1 is better.
But where are we on the scale? You would say he's a favorite in the match against both Ding and Nepomniachtchi?
Very hard to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, but not against Alieza.
Not against
No,
Fabi, is he a favorite? I'm not sure.
no, not. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. He's on the. It's very close, let's say, but no, he's very, very good.
In general, also if you look at the world rankings, we can have all the debates we want, but it's Magnus, then it's a giant gap, and then everybody is what 2785 till 2770. It's like
Yeah.
6, 7 people there grouped up. They're all the same at this point. We don't really have a clear number two. It changed completely since last week. So I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it's quite. I think the new generation will take over. So I guess Alieza is the most likely to become, in my opinion, in my very French opinion. Yeah, it's a new. I mean, it feels a bit late for Wesley. Unfortunately, he's not that young anymore. I guess he's over 30 by now, or maybe 29. So
They're
yeah,
all the same generation, no? Like they're all now 29 till
yeah,
32. The Giri, Maxime, Corona, Wesley, pretty
yeah,
much
between
everybody. Magnus,
90 and 94. Yeah, yeah,
Nepomniachtchi, Ding. It's all the same age. And then there's a 10, 12-year gap. And then it's the
new generation. Yeah.
Alirezas, Abdusatorovs, Keimer, Gukesh,
Gamer.
Pragnandas.
Name. I mean,
Well, Keimer
na-
had a rough tournament in Sigeman. He's
no,
gonna
but
get back
naming
on it.
Gamer before Gukesh is kind of you are showing your German.
No. I was going by age actually, because
Okay.
Gukesh is only 16 still.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if you group him in that generation.
Yeah. Okay. It's a
Anyway,
new generation. Yeah.
yeah,
No, but we made this point. I mean, there is like 6, 7 guys. I mean, who is world number two is incredibly unclear, right? And who would win a world championship tournament among these? It's a completely open thing, right? It's very exciting in that sense. If anything, now it almost feels like Ding has way too big an advantage being the defending champion based on the system, right? Because
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
well, he gets to defend the title like this, and well, it seems like if they're all equally strong, Ding gets a 50% shot, while the others has like 7% each, right?
well, you had to get to the match and to win
Yeah,
it.
I understand.
But yeah,
Let's see.
also of
So
course some discontent with how he got to the match. He had to make it into the candidates with the qualifier and so on. But here's a world champion. And now he withdrew from the Rapid and Blitz tournament. He was supposed to play the Rapid and Blitz, which starts in 2 days in Poland, but he withdrew. I hope he can go back to China, get a little rest, or go wherever he wants. Some nice holidays. Don't go too crazy, Dig. Not like a 4 or 5 star hotel. Maybe some nice Airbnb. Bring the family, chill a little.
Yeah, not too much sun.
Yeah, no
Be
sun.
no sun.
Maybe
Be
mountains.
careful. Yeah,
Airbnb in the Chinese countryside. Get some mountains. Some
How do
hiking. Get up early.
how does
pick
it
a place where it's raining.
how does it work? At some point, I thought that the Chinese Chess Federation actually took a considerable cut of Chinese players' winnings. Is that also the case with the World Championship, or am I just completely wrong on how the structure is, or something like that?
I do not know. I don't think anybody really knows. What I heard is that Ding has enough money, like given his lifestyle. I'm not sure what that number is,
No,
but
exactly.
he's made some money.
Yeah,
He's made some money along the way.
yeah, we are talking 1.2 millions for the match, right? And if you just, I mean, well, Magnus had expensive seconds like us, but if you just bring one guy, right, then it becomes
No,
cheap.
but we have I mean, let's say for Ding, maybe he has enough money for the rest of his life. And it's good for him. But for Jan and myself, it would last. This money would last only 1 year, maybe two
Mm,
maximum.
Really?
I'm I'm not sure. I would think Ding has done well, but yeah, I don't know how the arrangement is with Chinese sportsmen
Yeah.
and the Chinese Chess Federation. I would guess there's room within the system
Hmm.
to make their own money, but I literally have no idea.
No, fair enough.
So
Sorry,
next
guys.
is Richie, huh? So Richie made +1, which is kind of a surprise.
Rich played well. The local hero in Bucharest
Yeah.
lives there now, plays for Romania. Richard Rapport had a good tournament, very solid. 8 draws, 1 victory. Same score as Wesley and Anish Giri, who you would maybe expect to score more from, like 1 win, 8 draws. But Richie was right within that group. Looked good. Maybe for him, the World Championship was probably less exhausting than for Ding. He got some ideas a little better in the opening,
Yeah.
so maybe it makes him a stronger player.
Yeah, I think it's useful for him, yeah. That's true. Because it's what he lacks, yeah? Some opening prep, and even if it's clear that the opening prep of Ding was not perfect for the match, it's much better than Richie's standards, I would say.
Not
Also, I think
perfect.
for sorry, good.
No, it's just that not perfect is a bit strong. I mean, well, they actually had an interesting strategy. They tried to surprise and things like this. I mean, well, what would be perfect? I mean, no, of course. I mean, you can do like Anish and be winning after 10 moves, right? But it's
I
not that
think
easy.
not being lost with black in 10 moves in the Italian and being in trouble in pretty much
Yeah, yeah.
every martial game would be an
No,
improvement.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that their prep is generally great, but I thought they at least came with a conscious concept and followed it until they managed to leak all that stuff, right? Which perhaps not wasn't so great.
Yeah, but I think it's more or less a concept
Yeah.
that, in broad terms, Magnus also has in World Championship
Mhm.
matches.
Of
Not try
course.
to be tight with black. You choose some solid opening. In Ding's case, it's the openings he's always been played, and with white, you try to surprise, get a
Mhm.
game.
I thought so
I,
too. I thought they
I,
brought the insanity a bit further, right? That they actually took considerable risk, and it was kind of surprising. And but I didn't think it worked that badly. I mean, he had
I mean,
one with
it was not incredibly impressive. I mean, let's say in these 4 nights English, when he was surprised by Bishop C5, he started to think for half an hour after move 9. I mean, the line Richie repeated in the last round against Fabi. I mean, in general, it was not impressive. It's
No, but at
my
that point, they were stuck. No, that's after the leak and this
yeah.
4e4. There was some panic reaction. Yeah, that was badly prepped. But
yeah, but
I sort of agree with you. It wasn't that impressive.
But I mean, he got a decent position in this English he won. He got a good position in the London. The semis worked kind of okay. I
yeah,
mean,
but in the London, I mean, it was just crazy. Yeah, what happened? I mean, he was thinking after CDED 96 or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm just
So
saying, let's take the positions and evaluate them. But I mean, did Magnus have that great positions? I don't know, to be honest.
He also got a winning position after d4, knight f6, knight f3, d5, e3, c5, knight bd2,
Yeah,
cd, ed. How did it go? Queen c7, c3, bishop d7. No, knight e5.
yeah.
He's
yeah,
winning that. Huh?
I,
Yeah.
no, I mean I'm just saying it's not like he got that bad positions with White. I would say, but I
No,
agree
no.
that well, it felt pretty weird in some way, no doubt about it. Um,
No, and that's Blackie was. I mean, like Jan has a good point. It
Well,
was
I
Blackie
generally,
was the
well,
face of
I'm
one
trying to
match.
change the subject to Geary, but so I would almost make a reverse compliment. I mean, do we ever have you ever seen anyone being winning out of the opening in top chess for years? Well, there was one example here, actually, right? But else, it just never happens anymore. I mean,
But you are not praising Guy here. You are praising his famous
of
coach.
course.
I wish I could take
No, no, this,
credit,
this
and I will.
has
But
Jan written all over it. Oh,
Knight takes G5. Boom. Go.
yeah.
+1.
Ale,
Plus
just take,
two.
see what
Maybe.
happens.
Yeah.
Um,
He's king.
What else? How can where is Dink's sense of danger? How can you run into this? I mean,
no, but they're clearly. I mean, I don't want to get too much into specifics, but this
no,
plan
no,
of delaying castles, he tried to transpose to the setup he always goes for with castles:
yeah,
h6, g5, a5, bishop a7, and it doesn't work there. So it was obviously,
okay,
yeah, a
this,
bit of a
mhm,
failure to map out White's options.
mhm.
But yeah, we'll get to Ding. As for Geary, has to be said while we brag about this win against Ding, he also had to defend in quite a few games, didn't have a lot of chances in this tournament.
Yeah,
Düsseldorf he had a lot of chances, but couldn't convert. Here it felt like he more or less, I don't know, maximized, but really couldn't complain about the +1. So there's certainly scope in the openings as well.
he was kind of lost twice, right? Or sort of.
He was lost for a moment against Nipponishi. He
Nepo,
was
yeah.
also better there, but yeah, he was clearly lost in the
Yeah,
end. What was the other one?
report.
Rapport. Okay, their loss is a bit strong. No, that
Okay,
was
my
just the
phone
worst
said
endgame.
+2, but maybe you had a better
Yeah,
engine.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
+1 on a good engine, but yeah, there was a very specific order in some endgame.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Overall, yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
very impressive out of the openings, I would say. So there is scope for improvement.
I thought his openings are great. He defends well. He's not good at converting, which perhaps is well. If he was that, he would be a different player in a way, right? But I mean,
No, in
also
general, I think that's fair. But here, I'm saying there wasn't a lot of conversion to be
no,
had. I mean, there
no,
was a problem in
no,
Düsseldorf, but not in this one. So can't complain.
no. Maybe against Nepomniachtchi, right? I don't know how much better he is, but I thought considerably at some point.
Yeah, there was one key moment here where he played Queen D3, and yeah, he missed some
Mm-hmm.
things there. Queen A7, Knight B7. But yeah, of course, there was the hope that he wins
I
that
thought,
one and he joins Fabi.
like,
Didn't quite work out.
yeah. Well, Geary does what Geary does, and I mean, he's quite efficient at it. But this time, I kind of agree that it looked a bit closer that he will go on the wrong side than the right side from his perspective. Right?
Yeah. Well, no, I guess it evens out to some extent. Düsseldorf had a lot of winning positions
Mm-hmm.
and couldn't win them. In Vike, he got a lot of chances and converted some. Here, there weren't many. So +1 is good.
Mm-hmm.
Duda, solid tournament, 4.5. I think he lost the game early, did he? And we thought, oh, it's
Yeah,
going all
against
wrong
Richie,
for Duda again.
this opposite color bishop where nothing was happening.
That was so
So
careless, by the way.
yeah, that was very careless, and we thought, okay, it's not great. And actually, after the game against Alieza, he admitted that he was just going for the door. Yeah? I mean, which we know.
No, really.
I mean, he didn't have any idea after this rook c8 knight g4, which you can check. Kamne Kanant, Bonn, first game, 2008.
You mean that game? But that's fair. No one has any ideas. You just try some old lines, and if you get blocked, you get
No, but
blocked. If you don't, you don't. I mean,
he wanted just to make a draw and to end the tournament. But yeah, then he
okay,
got
but you
this
play
chance,
something
but
with white that's safe, and if they mess up, they mess up. That's
yeah.
pretty much every game nowadays. So.
How can you imagine that Alieza will mess up in that line? I mean, this is hard to imagine, actually.
No, it's always some line. You pick something like if you play 8h4 in the Scotch, you also would think, yeah, but okay, people know that. It's always some random line. I mean, I think that's modern chess. You pick something and hope your opponent hasn't repeated on that day, messes up. I think that's what happens. But yeah, of course, he wasn't taking a lot of chances there against Alieza.
No. So 50% is pretty good considering.
Yeah, his
I mean, he's not in
stock has basically been plummeting, right? So I thought that was a pretty decent result for him in a way. Of course, well, he's half point from second place, which of course perhaps would annoy him, but But
Yeah, but he was on minus most of the time, so it didn't feel like he was close to second place. And yeah, some stability, I would guess, is
but
important
also
now.
there was no one that really sort of shined in that position. I get in the tournament, right? I thought mainly the story is like Ding and Nepomniachtchi seemed tired, and everybody seemed happy about having a decent, is not great tournament.
Yeah, basically, I don't know. Ding lost what 11 rating points. Nepomniachtchi lost 15, and everybody else
They
split them
shared,
up among
yeah,
themselves if they got one of these wins. And yeah, no one was going too crazy, but it's also tough. It's not like
yeah.
people weren't trying, but of course, yeah. With the two world championship guys are tired, everybody else is sort of being tight. Yeah, we did get quite a few draws.
Yeah,
Maxime,
no, I wanted to say I thought there was a lot of draws, but you didn't get this impression that the tournament was boring or that people necessarily was aiming for draws, right? That was not my impression at all.
no. I also didn't feel like that. Like preparing for people didn't feel like anybody was in a particularly peaceful mood. It just
Hmm.
Except your
played
boss.
out that way. No,
Kidding.
I really don't think so. Like for his standards, of course, he has a style, but it wasn't the intention. Wesley, maybe
Yeah,
you
no.
could make an argument that he became even tighter, but it's also hard to say. Like in that game, Geary was black against Wesley, and we could argue about it, but I felt Wesley was very much playing for a win in his own way. So yeah, hard to say. Then, yeah, Maxime, I guess 50% is more or less fine. Lost a game to Fabi, won a game against Nepomniachtchi.
Yeah,
Maxime, by the
my
way, Maxime Achille Graf, French number two. Guess what his score is against Ding and against Nepomniachtchi?
against Nepomniachtchi he has 6-1 plus 5, I think.
I
And
think that's
against
correct. Might be 7-1 now. Yeah.
yeah, okay, he has a pretty huge score against Nepo. And against Ding, I don't know.
He's
Against
a
Ding, it's 6-2.
6-2, yeah? Wow.
plus
Yeah,
score.
Yeah.
plus. So
Wow.
he's 7-1 against Nepomniachtchi and 6-2 against Ding in classical
Okay, he
games.
has to be on plus score with some people. I mean, against Magnus, he's on big minus. Like minus 7, 8, something like that.
It's so impressive to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a
Why
such a dominating score.
is it sort of? Did he manage to trash them when they were younger, or is it just
No, no.
modern times?
Maxime
No,
just owns some people.
yeah.
I think also So he has a surprisingly crushing score,
Yeah,
maybe.
he has a good score against Wesley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there must be bad scores somewhere else. I've missed.
No, he has horrible scores against some other people. I think Mamad Yarov he always loses to. He has very polarized
Yes, that's
scores.
true. Yeah, yeah, that's surprising.
But yeah, that stat against Ding and Nepomniachtchi I thought was impressive.
Yeah, that I would never have guessed if you hadn't. Okay, it's interesting.
I used
No, I
to
was
say that like 4 or 5 years ago. I thought he was just a better version of Nepo. I mean, for me, it was obvious that they were playing the same opening, playing the same style, but actually Maxim was just better. But
They're very
slightly,
similar. Just Nepomniachtchi the last couple of years he got the team, the
yeah,
openings,
exactly. During
that
the
boost,
candidates,
and yeah, Maxime never quite got that. But other than that, yeah,
because candidates
very similar.
halfway when they had this 1 year break, you couldn't say that Nepo was a better player than Maxim. Actually, I mean, like,
Well, Nepo was high rated. Maxime had gotten in there very last minute, so you could have said that.
You do understand, Laurent, that Jan is saying that Nepom has the advantage of being of a country with chess culture, right?
Not what I said. Not what I
No.
said.
are you sure
Imagine.
he was higher rated?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
also,
sure.
Maxim, do we count him as a sort of world elite player? I mean, he's not in this group that's competing for second place, right?
Well, he's fallen out a bit. No, he's like number 12, 13,
Mhm.
14 in the world for a while now. I think talent-wise, there's no debate, and he's the same age that he can play with all the guys. He has a new trainer slash training team who Laurent told us last week is not French. That's all we know.
Yeah, the new trainer. So I checked the rating now in March 2020. So that was before
Hmm
the candidates. So Jan Nepomniachtchi is world number 5 with 2774.
hmm
Maxime is world number 8. Big difference for Jan. It makes him, it makes Nepo a much better player. He's 7 points higher than Maxime with 2767. So they have basically the same rating.
Like I said, Nepomniachtchi was high rated.
Yeah, but just Maxim wins
Okay.
one game against Nepo, and that's it. Yeah.
He did win one game against Nepo.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. No, but I mean, overall, they were about the same. And in 2017-18, Maxim was higher rated for sure. So in 16, he was world number 2. So then slowly, yeah, it's true that Nepo did this work to have a very strong team for the openings, and somehow, I don't know, started to play better.
Yeah, I guess the one advantage Maxime has, he doesn't tilt that much. No, he's used to having to focus, hang in there, being under pressure.
To lose in 20 moves in the
no, that's of course the
the
disadvantage.
Gunfeld, yeah?
He's more vulnerable in the opening, but just stylistically, he's a very stern defender. I don't know. I would like to see Maxime back in the very well top. It's not a big gap now. Not like now. I guess he won some ratings, so he's like 20 points behind that group. It's not much.
Yeah, no, of course he can come back. Yes, it's a talent. He started to play. We see some new openings. So this work has been, this Queen's Gambit accepted. Is doing well. Played some Shreshnikov in Bundesliga. I mean, some new stuff. He even played the London as white. I don't know if this is the best idea he ever had, but I mean, overall, he's trying different things, and that could give him a new boost to his career. I mean, it's what he needs.
Uh-huh. Do you have a theory who his new seconds are?
I mean, I know.
You do know. You told us no one knows.
Of course.
Why,
I know.
why does he tells you that? Or you just?
I mean, I'm doing my detective work. I mean,
Wow.
so that was easy. And then I'm checking, I have some information. No, I did a good job on that. I was bluffing a bit. I'm quite proud.
Are they from a country where there's some chess connection anyway? Any players representing France from the country?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I'll have to rethink.
Yeah. I see your idea.
You got my question?
Yeah, I got your question, but no.
No. Interesting. No. Okay. So who is it?
It's a big secret. I don't know why. I mean, I don't see the point of hiding it. But
if you know it, it cannot be a huge professional secret, right?
That's true. But I'm good. Come on, I'm getting. I mean, I got a bit lucky as well. So I mean, to get the info. But I mean, you. I mean, who cares?
Okay. Yeah.
So.
We don't care enough to continue this conversation.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
But he was alone. He was alone in Bucharest. We didn't see. Yeah, we're still going through the list, I guess. As for Ding, 4 out of 9 in the end, won his last round game against Deak. I guess that's good for him. Of course, the tournament was a disappointment. But if you win the last round, -1 is not such a big disaster. Like, he can go on this gruesome 20-hour
travels back with
trip
you.
back home with a slightly better feeling.
Ending on a high note.
Yeah. And he won with black. We'll get to Deak, but Deak, he lost 3 games with white. He tried very hard to fight with white, play e4 and d4, and go for complicated fights, which I guess is to his credit, and it might benefit him long term. But I can also tell you, all these top players there are really, really happy to see that. I mean,
yeah.
So it's a mixed
But
blessing.
it's normal. It's good. It's good.
I guess it's fine. Yeah.
I like what he's. I mean, he's quite young, trying to improve, getting a chance to play in such tournaments. He's trying to play sharp, interesting chess. I mean, it's a good strategy.
I think it's possible to balance it, that you try to some extent, and you're not too cowardly, but still sort of within reasons.
I mean, but he did with reasons. I mean, okay, he just was out.
No, it looks like he plays how he plays. I mean, he plays principle chess, goes for fights. But yeah, to lose 3 white games, of course, is not a deal for him.
I mean, the last game against Ding was his Queen's Indian with Queen C2, this pawn sacrifice, which we know forever. I mean, you can't say it's crazy to do that.
No, it's not crazy at all. None of his lines were
just
crazy.
a main
He's
line.
just prepared with white. But of course, to sacrifice a pawn against the Queen's Indian is different than not sacrificing a pawn, let's say.
No, I would never do that in a Bundesliga game.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Imagine you sitting there Sunday morning wondering how you get your porn back. Wouldn't happen.
no, that's not happening. No, no, unless I have a forced way to get it back. But no, otherwise, never.
Yeah. We should briefly talk about Jan Nepomniachtchi. Clearly not very happy with the overall situation. Ended on 3.5 out of 9. Had a chance to beat my boy Anish in the last round. Had a winning position there briefly after the time trouble. Didn't find that. I thought he would find it. Actually, wasn't that tough for a player of Nepomniachtchi standards. So yeah, he won't be thrilled. And now he also gets some time to rest. But Ding at least is world champion. No, he can say, okay, I'm world champion. While Jan, now when he quiets down, he will think, I should have won that match. Then, yeah, things didn't go well in this tournament. Tough for him.
It's the same package with Ding. I mean, it was pretty obvious before the tournament that it was, from a sportive point of view, it was very unreasonable to come to Bucharest. They agreed before, but that was way too optimistic to pretend that you could play a tournament of that caliber right after the match where you spend so much energy. Either way, I mean, if you lose or win the match, you have different, problems, let's say, to deal with. But I don't think it's a good idea to play like few days after a tournament of that caliber. So I think the result was quite predictable, actually, that it would be around 50% and probably a bit less. I mean, something not impressive.
But they both knew probably it was a bad idea. Yeah, they made a business decision. I think we talked about it last week because in order to play in this Grand Chess Tour, you have to play both classical events. And this was one of the classical events in Grand Chess Tour. Yeah, it's good money. It's one of the big things they do throughout the year.
You said that Alireza didn't come to the closing dinner because he was not in the contract. Well, this tournament was actually in their contract, right? They kind of had to do it.
Well, you can cancel the whole tour, but it's not like you cancel that one tournament and then play in the others. No, so in order to play in the tour, they had to play in this one, and that's what they went for.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was typical when you take the decision to play the pre-match, you don't care so much, and then afterwards maybe you regret it a bit. But as you mentioned, there was no real alternative to then quit the whole tour, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but no.
maybe Magnus could have arranged that he could skip one tournament and play the rest of the tour, but I don't think that they seems capable of doing such, right? So.
No, I don't think anybody was. Like, in order to play the tour, you had to play both.
But
classicals. I'm not sure. Maybe Magnus could have gotten a wild card for whatever the Single Cup, but I don't think that's how it went.
I'm not sure he's getting a wild card for the Single Cup anymore. But yeah,
no,
I guess it depends who else is playing now.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. So they both get a chance to rest. This Warsaw Rapid and Blitz, which starts on whenever it starts on Friday, will feature Magnus Carlsen. Ding withdrew from the lineup. Anish is playing. I think Wesley is playing. Rapport, MVL, Duda, Deak, Shevchenko, Wojtaszek, and Aronian. So it's very similar to the field we just saw. But Nepomniachtchi and Ding get a chance to take the
Aronian replaces Ding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clashes with the Chess Kid Cup, where some of these players were also qualified for the finals. Caruana is playing the Chess Kid Cup, for example, not the Warsaw Rapid and Blitz. Alireza is playing the Chess Kid Cup. Giri went with the Warsaw Rapid and Blitz. Tough choices they have to make, these top players.
Can you just inform me about what is the Chess Kid Cup?
It's the Champions Chess Tour online event, the Division
like this, of
1
course,
thing,
of course. Yeah, no, this
which is at the same time as the Warsaw tournament.
I almost
Giri actually qualified for the finals and then withdrew?
Yeah.
Wow. That is OP.
What? I think it's a crime he played the play-in and then
didn't
have time to play in the finals?
I'm saying that is very cool, right? You try to qualify, you don't manage. Then you qualify and you withdraw. I mean, it becomes...
it's sad for him. Yeah, it's probably decent guaranteed money in this Division 1. But what can you do?
There's a direct clash in hours, so you couldn't do both. No.
I told him he should show up, make one move, but I guess that's not how you do it.
Maybe you're paid, percentage-wise. Then yes, yeah, no.
I wish. I
Yeah.
wish.
I understand. Yeah.
Jules is playing. Jules Moussa.
Allez.
Yeah, I almost qualified for Division 3. Actually, I was playing a mini match. I played this plane with more success, even if I only played 8 games because I was inactive for 5 minutes. I didn't get paired in round 8, which was very annoying. But still, I had a chance to. After 9 rounds, I got to this mini match, but I lost, unfortunately. So, yeah, some people are jealous of Guy, who can just qualify for Division 1, not even Division 3 or 2. And then withdraw. Such a luck. But it's good that Jules is getting the spot. He got the spot thanks to Guy. So 2 French guys.
Supporting French chess, as always.
Yeah.
Alireza, Jules Moussard.
It's
Dimitri
somewhat
Koller,
weaker
German
than
player
usual,
as well.
actually.
Maybe I can make some easy money on Laurent. I'm very willing to bet that it will be a US winner, not a French winner.
No.
What? No? Alireza's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Naka and Kawana, you have to give me some odds.
He's the world number 2. Magnus not playing.
Yeah, world number 2. Yeah, by quite a margin.
That sounds reasonable.
So he's
choose-
world number.
You
Sorry.
choose first, and I get the 2 others, and you get the last one. It sounds extremely logical.
I take Alireza and Abdu, and you take the other 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow. Such disrespect to Jules. But still, of course, a good deal for Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what he thinks.
I'm snap calling that one. Yeah.
Okay, we'll find out.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weaker actually than usual. Where in these finals you get Magnus, so it's without Magnus, without people like Guy or Aonian.
Yeah,
so it's a good chance for
with the Rappel Blitz.
Yeah.
What can you do?
it's a good chance for other people to shine. So
I should
that's
say,
good.
what can you do? You could plan maybe, but
Yeah, I'm not sure why they had to be at the same time,
No,
but they are. The chess calendar is full though. Right after this one, there is Norway Chess, which starts on May 29th. So busy period for the world's best players.
Is it the public info that if you're going to Norway as well?
I'm not sure if it's public info, but I'm not going.
Are you
I
not
need a
going?
break. It's life on the road.
So basically, you ask me which tournament am I going to? I tell you, and then you just choose all the others.
No, I mean it's a factor, but it's not the only.
Uh-huh. Okay. No, fair enough.
Money being the main factor, as we know.
Not really, actually. Like money
No,
is pretty much the same, but no, it's I've been on the road a lot recently. Need a little break, and I'm sure Giri also needs a little break from my
from your.
infectious personality.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool. No. Yep.
So what
What
is
else do
next?
we have?
We do the FIDE segment today? No, come on.
Can.
We don't have time, no?
I think we're out of time, but if Peter has something pressing, of course we can.
I
So,
generally.
I have something. So you choose, Peter, between the correspondent chess because FIDE.
It might surprise you, but not that much has happened last week in my correspondence games. But I think now I can claim a draw by there's only 7 pieces left, so it's table basis, but not really. But, I can cut the FIDE segment short, but I think it's a problem that Ukrainian female players are withdrawing from the Grand Prix, and we're not talking about it. But
This is the 5 minutes that started.
yeah. So that no. I can end it at that. I think people should talk about it. It's a problem. So we can end it there if you want. I can also mention that Kayakin and the head organizer of the 2020 and 2021 candidates tournament is hanging out with Shupilin, who is the leader of the Donetsk, occupied Donetsk Republic from the Russian point of view. So nice guys that we bring into chess, but mainly I think it's about it's a huge problem.
Wait, are you telling me Kayakin's on the wrong side on all this? Like
that, I am telling you he is, but I'm telling you he's not really alone, and that the head organizer of the candidates tournament. went with Kayakin to visit these guys. So that Kayakin is a bad guy. I think everybody agrees with. I'm trying to point that maybe he's not alone on that. But yeah, no, I'm just telling you that this Simalan guy who was organizing the tournament went there with Kayakin. So it's some pretty nationalistic loonies in my opinion. But no, the main point was that well, the Multishuks has just withdrawn from the Grand Prix, and not a word has been mentioned. The same that the venue was changed from Poland to Cyprus. Again, not a word as explanation. Well, the explanation is obvious, but it's just not spoken about, and that's a pity in my opinion. But we can end it here.
They will play French League.
Yeah, but I mean, they are missing out on the Grand Prix. I mean, it's a problem that we move tournaments from Poland because, and we sort of, in reality, ends up that Ukrainian can't play in the tournament. I understand there's no easy solution if you're not willing to deal with that the Russians should not participate. But I think it's a problem, and FIDE has made absolutely zero statement on the subject, which is also, I mean, there's not one word of explanation why the tournament was moved for Poland, for instance. And that I think is wrong. Transparency hashtag. But I don't need to talk more about it. I mean,
that was the 3 minutes of FIDE.
Yeah,
we are getting
keep
this
going.
segment shorter and shorter. Jan, we are getting there.
I thought it was just one sentence, so I stuck around, but it got drawn out a little.
It was 3 minutes. I just
talk about Skolkovo and missiles if you want, but I don't necessarily have to.
No.
Question from Patreon.
Wow.
In the Paint is saying.
Someone who's paid.
I don't know. Do they have to pay for these questions?
No, you said from Patreon, no?
That's what it says here.
Okay.
In the Paint is saying, what is the Peter Power rankings as of May 23? Well, that's a question they better pay for. Svidler, Leko, Heine Nielsen, Gabriel, or Jackson?
Wow.
Peter Gabriel, Peter Jackson. No Peter Griffin on the list. I don't know. Peter, you're the most qualified Peter we have here.
I'm somewhat biased, though. But at some point, I used to have a positive score against both the Peters. But have I ever beaten Svidler? I can't imagine that. But
yeah, that's
how do you get a positive score without ever beating?
No, that's also what I wondered. But I've beaten Leko when he was very, very young. But I think maybe my point was that I had a combined positive score against him. But I think then I played them again and it disappeared. So probably not. Well, I guess the
combined positive score against you and against Peter Heine Nielsen and Peter Leko.
But
that's mainly thanks to you, Peter.
I think we all understand that I'm the weakest of the three by considerable margin. But Leko Svidler, who would be a favorite in the match?
Svidler just won a super tournament.
No? Yeah. That's actually.
Then again, Leko.
He used to be stronger.
No.
Leko's still chipping away there. I'm sure he's still putting in the hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
we need that match to happen.
I mean, yeah, well, everybody feels sure that Leko has a completely ready repertoire should he play, right? I mean,
of course.
Yeah. It's just.
Many of them.
And Svidler probably don't, so. Yeah.
Yeah, but
who's better preferred with Black right now, Ding or Leko?
Okay, just don't waste our time on such. Why didn't he give him a call? Probably he thought that Leko was on Team Nepal, right? But he wasn't. Or he was?
We don't know.
We don't know. It's just not transparent. People are just afraid that I will tweet it.
Well, even Laurent is not giving us any seconding information. I'm leaking everything I see here.
Really?
You show your face at any of these tournaments, I'm telling the world. Everybody else is very secretive.
Yeah.
So, Svidler power rankings. That gives it away. No, Peter Svidler just won Sigeman. That earns him the top spot for now.
Yeah.
Could change, of course, any moment. Francesco Bruno is asking, don't you think that if the elite plays only 3 to 4 classical tournaments a year, it will be incredibly difficult for rising young players, not necessarily too young, even those in their 20, or will be an extremely long process? It's a bit of a leading question, and the framing is wrong. No, the elite, they don't play 3 to 4 classical tournaments a year. But I guess the point still stands that it's tough to break in there into that group.
Also, I mean, we talk a lot about ratings, but it actually takes a while to get there, right? I mean, if you...
For sure. For sure. But that's why I was pleasantly surprised to see Gukesh playing some all kind of stuff. He's playing even some opens. He's trying to play everywhere simply. So not waiting for invitations in top tournaments, which he will get at some point. But yeah, no, it's a very good point from Francesco. Actually,
I
that
think
it's not easy.
my recollection is that it's something like if you play 72 games with K factor 10, it doesn't really matter which rating you had at the beginning. But 72 games is a lot in a way. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
true.
know.
They will always show your level after 72 games. But taking Gukesh's example, he's played Weikanzee, he's played Düsseldorf, he's played Sigeman. It's not like poor
Yeah.
Gukesh has to sit at home
No.
waiting for the phone to ring. I think, especially these guys are just used to playing a lot. No, Gukesh, Pragnanda, they've been playing a bunch always. But yeah, of course, the point is taken that it takes long to break into the elite. I would also argue, though, that the elite are actually better. It's not like the poor guys in their 20s, they just don't get any chance. It also takes a while
Yeah.
to adjust to that level. It's very rare you see the wild card or whatever in these tournaments, like Deak now, who's a very strong player in his 20s,
I mean,
or
if you
to just crush these tournaments.
if you can keep talking for 12 more minutes, actually Gukesh starts a new game. So it's not like he's resting exactly.
Yeah,
Gukesh
and
is out there
Gukesh
hustling.
and Abdusatov are already 27-30. So I mean,
They're right
considering
there.
that the world number 2 is 27-86. I mean, they are not very,
Remind us
very.
again who's the world number 2 right now?
It was Nepo, no? Because he's the second best player in the world, no?
He was about to break 2,800 now during Grantchester,
Yeah,
I think. He was very
yeah,
close.
but now
But
his level dropped quite a
is
bit
Yeah.
is there
last week.
A Kramnik used to world with the Firuze, right? Is there some kind of thing there that he's? I mean,
I
It's a
this
was
Kramnik
listening.
touch. Ali Reza before the candidates, Nepomniachtchi, World Championship match.
I was listening to Kamnik talking about the match Nepo Ding. I mean, like saying that he helped to beat Nepo before the match. I mean, when you have a coach like that, such very inspiring for Nepo, I guess, to have Kamnik around. I mean, the guy is so. Except for Magnus,
Keep talking.
except for Magnus, who is really a good player. I mean, the rest is not really respected by Vladimir Borisovich.
no,
Let's
but
face
do
it.
you think it's good to have Kramnik as a coach when he's actually
No,
sort of disrespectful and negative? I
of
mean, you
course
just
not.
want to bring positive guys like us, right? I mean,
I think it's better. Yeah.
No, you can have a bunch of disrespectful, negative guys, but you put them in Thailand. You tell them,
yeah,
send us files. Don't bother me. Don't
no,
bother me. I don't care about your thoughts. Just
no,
files,
no, no,
please.
no, no. But that's, I mean, having Kramnik around, I'm not sure would help, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
obvious
No,
that
but I mean, I cannot contradict what I did for the last 10 years, having social skills and being optimistic. You know, like about Magnus' chances. It's
no,
how
but
I made my
I
living.
mean, but Kramnik would think that his opinion is stronger than Nepomniachtchi's, I guess, right? Or
Of course.
yeah,
You think he's much better than Nepo? I mean, that's for sure.
yeah.
I mean, like, and about Ding, he said, like, no, he said it was a very different match than the match against Magnus, because against Magnus, you get 2-3 chances maximum in the match, while against Ding, you will get a lot of chances. It will be a lot of ups and downs. I think it's much worse what Kramnik said than what when Ali Reza says. It's much more insulting what Kramnik said than what Ali Reza stated after he beat Ding. Was that?
Yeah, to some extent, it's also true, no? But it was a lot of ups and downs and a lot more chances. But also because Ding
Yeah,
won a lot of games, no? Ding also
yeah, but
generates a
you
lot of chances.
couldn't expect Ding to give that many chances. I mean, that
I
was
agree. I
difficult
agree.
to. I mean, that was really a lot. So he's talking after, but he said before the match that it will be a lot of ups and downs, and yeah. He also said that Nepo was a better chess player, according to him, than Ding. So he agrees with Jan, but not anymore. Actually, Jan now thinks that
Yeah, I
Ding
don't
is
think
better.
I've ever said that. Is Ding? Who's the world number 3? It's Ding, yeah.
It's Ding, yeah.
Okay,
So
Ale Ding.
so who is the best player right now? By 1 point. No, 0.8.
2779.6 to 2778.8. Yeah. Oof.
Oof.
Mourinho really. Had he
Ding
lost
is
the
much
last round
better.
game, like the chess world would look very different.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. No, but yeah. So I don't think it's good to have. So, of course, chess-wise, it's nice, but
Also, I
it's
mean,
incredibly nice. But I mean, you don't have to talk to the guy actually. I mean, like, he should give you his ideas and then leave. Yeah.
Then again, Kramnik, probably some of the thoughts are worthwhile now. And
Yeah. No,
I
for
didn't watch
sure.
the whole thing, but I
I'm
heard they
sure.
went through Ding games and they noticed maybe Ding is weak in these Rue Lopez structures. Like, yeah, I mean, it's good input, Vladdy. Should have gone through the Italian structures, maybe. Could have
yeah,
saved some
yeah.
time. No, some good thoughts there.
No, no, I,
Now, what do you think, Peter?
about.
So you would have loved to have Kamnik in the team, let's say, for one of the
I would
Magnus
put
match?
him in Thailand. Yes, I mean,
I would put him in Thailand with us. Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, well,
Sounds good, actually.
I think we would
I'd be
take
happy
care.
to have him around. We'd have a good time.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
No, I get your point. You would like the input, but having the presence might be a little bit difficult in some sense, right? I mean,
No, I think in Team Magnus it would have been okay because he wouldn't get to speak to Magnus directly. So that
no. I mean, well,
that would be nice.
Kasparov was sort of kind of an advisor during one match, and
Yeah, but
I was in touch with him, but he doesn't get straight to
Yeah.
talk with Magnus in a way. So that's,
Sorry, Gary Kimovic. Magnus busy, like
Yeah.
playing some football, but he's
Yeah,
behind.
and I
He has a
remember.
list
I
of 30
remember.
questions for you.
yeah. This is how.
No, I remember those days. Maybe I break a secret, but I don't know. But actually, Peter was actually too busy for Kasparov as well, and he was asking me to check what Kasparov was sending, and then to give some feedback to.
No, but
to
I think
Kasparov.
it's a relevant point. I mean, I had a amazing 2-3 day camp with Magnus and Gary in Oslo, and well, I think I really enjoyed it. It was incredible luxury to discuss or rather to listen to these guys discussing chess. But the problem, of course, is that if Kasparov, thinks that you should play this opening, it feels like almost like a burden having that advice because you basically don't dare not following his advice or something like this. And it's not like him putting pressure, but you just feel the pressure in a way, right? And I don't know. I mean, well, I remember Vichy, for instance, had phone conversations with Gary and such, but then left it like that. So it's difficult. I mean, having someone like us, I mean, the hierarchy is very obvious, right? That Magnus or Giri makes decisions, and we make suggestions, or maybe Jan just tells him, okay, now today you sacrifice something on G5 and give mate, right? That whole
See what happens.
yes. I mean, be a bit more aggressive, give a piece, something like that. Yeah.
For us, it's even more simpler. Yeah, what do you want to play anyway? You are going to win, so.
Yeah.
No. Who cares one way or another? I mean,
that will probably do as well. Yeah. So no.
Yeah.
No. Well, also, I mean, we spoke about Rapport, but I mean, I don't think. Well, he seemed just to be enjoyed being there in Astana, right? I mean, you get this impression. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like he was on no sleep or anything like that, right? He seemed to come
Seemed
back.
to have the time of his life. No, I mean,
exactly.
He could still have worked, but it's
Yeah. No,
let's get chessboard. Show me some of your crazy ideas. We put on Bob Dylan.
Well, he brought his girlfriend. He brought shirts of different kinds and stuff like this, right? I mean,
no, but
wife actually.
I would just argue that Richie had probably a very good time in Astana, but we had a better time in Thailand.
No, that could be, but
that's for sure. I can guarantee you were not there. So
no,
Depends. Richie might have made a friend for life. Well, okay, I can only speak for myself. Didn't happen in Thailand.
No. Okay. Again, yeah.
You made enemies for life.
No, also didn't.
No. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Very much so.
At some point, these stories will be revealed, but let's see.
When Laurent writes his memoirs.
Yeah, maybe. No, but I'm not sure you are going to believe what I will do, but it will be true.
We're just teasing poor Peter here. We worked.
No, actually, we're not teasing Peter here.
My general feeling is that I will not be shocked, but again,
I think you will.
That one, some stuff happened.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
actually, no. No, we can't talk about it. But yeah, we had a good time, but we also worked. Just for the record, I
We worked on Marshall.
get
That was holding.
We worked on Marshall.
Oof, that
Oh,
was
We
there's
had a
actually-
much better
such a good
Marshall
play.
than Ding.
Did you scroll down? There is more questions.
Yeah, I was thinking about that question. I didn't get it. Which is your favorite, most accommodating chess venue?
I thought about that.
Thailand,
And
but yeah.
no, Spain. Spain, I always enjoyed tapas, good weather. Spain, people are friendly. I always played well there. I don't know. I mean, like because
So
I
you
felt.
consider all of Spain just a venue?
Yeah.
No,
No, actually, every time I played in Spain, I was very happy because the spirit is nice. Barcelona, Pamplona,
I love Spain.
all of it. I love Spain as well.
Yeah,
many great places.
Thailand Open, wherever it's being held, and Spain.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Could you please organize a blitz match between you three, or no need, because you think Laurent is obviously
No, we don't
the
think
best.
Laurent is obviously the best. We are sure that Laurent is the best by far. I mean, let's say that Peter is clearly the weaker. This is for sure, 100%.
Really?
I mean, are you kidding?
Okay. No.
I mean,
I'm-
you are by far the weaker.
I feel
And-
very washed up in
and
blitz,
I-
blitz
and I
by
think-
now, so I'm
No,
not
you're
gonna
probably
complain.
right.
And I think Jan is second, and I'm first.
But I mean, you do remember training camps. I would actually beat you regularly in grand style.
No, come on. You won one game.
2 games? I beat you.
No, I was just no, but this is the difference between me and Kamnik because
No.
I mean, because Magnus is so happy to see that,
No,
and
because
he's so happy
I'm-
that you win that I lose on purpose
just to
to make him happy.
Just no, he was not there when I trashed you the last time. Just to make sure that I mean, it's actually 2 times. I will give away opening secrets. I beat you with the black pieces in Spain at the last time, and then the
You
previous.
won one game.
No, but then the previous match on before London, I completely trashed you with the white pieces there. I remember.
Oh, come on.
No, these games
Really
are
cool.
I
imprinted.
was
in
there
my-
for both these games, but also what should be said: if there's a training camp or a world championship match, Laurent spends like 80% of the time he's supposed to be working, playing blitz. So
I'm
there's a lot of
testing
practice.
openings.
While Peter and I are actually working. So Laurent has a very
Yeah.
different
No,
passion slash time spent. on playing blitz.
I'm testing my
I-
future
you're-
repertoire,
I
which is
think-
also the repertoire of Magnus for the
Sure,
match.
sure. You're testing it for Magnus.
I think
And
that
for myself.
me and Jan is somewhat tilted that you guys just play blitz when we work, right?
It's very upsetting. And
I mean,
then,
did Magnus win the match? Or how did it
That's
work?
a benchmark. I mean, that's
Yeah, no, I mean, like, did he win or not?
I remember at some point, you said that 1 month before the match, Peter panics about openings. But then when we get there, it doesn't seem to be too bad anyway. No, that's because I work in this month trying to repair the
come on.
holes.
You're just always panicking. You don't. You just harass everyone. We don't do. Nobody does anything, and then we come to the match, and it's fine.
yeah, but Peter panics before the match. I panic during the match. Like once
Yeah.
it's +1, it's like, okay, we no longer have to work. He's gonna win anyway. Ale, let's play some blitz. But maybe we want to look at the Petrov or Sicilian. Nah.
No.
Ale, come on, Daniel, another game.
No, I mean, imagine Magnus being on ±2 or losing a match. I mean, we would get into a huge fight. We are basically only here because he just kept winning, right? I mean,
Yeah, and for the money.
that's true. Yeah.
Subscribe on somewhere, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube. I heard today that now this podcast finally has broken even. We got the fees
Wow.
back we paid to
Yeah.
whoever Zencaster.
Yeah.
That means we made like $80, and sky's the limit from here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching,
Amazing.
listening. I believe this is it. Thank you, well. Tot ziens.
Bye.
Visa.